Good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope everybody's doing okay on this beautiful hump day. And today's date is 6/17, the year of 2020. Sorry about that, guys. I'm finished eating some breakfast here. Boiled eggs it is. Me and those boiled eggs. I love it, I love it, I love it. All right, guys, good morning, like I say, and welcome. Sorry about the delay. Let's make sure I got everything open right this morning. And it looks like I've got everything ready to go. So let's hit the refresh button on this and dive right into the market and see what is going on. It's going to be a wild ride today in the market, it looks like. Futures were in the red, then the futures went to the green, and the market opened up and it went green. And now it's starting to turn red. It's going to be a moody day. Silver's catching a bid this morning, though, after it was down yesterday. Gold's down. It'll probably end up going positive for the day, though. I don't really know that for sure, but that if I was to speculate, I'm thinking we're going to see metals turn green today and the market go red today. But that all could change in a little while when the Fed comes out and decides to speak. So that's a look at the market right there. Not much happening. Everybody's still playing the COVID game. Something else. It is a mess. It has definitely spooked everybody in the market, it seems, or using it as an excuse, one or the other. But it doesn't matter, though. Yeah, it really doesn't matter. Let's see what's going on with Bonnie and Clyde's portfolio this morning. And it looks like our telecommunications stock caught a bid this morning, but looks like it's starting to fall off. We are in the red right now, 0.64%. After earlier, when I first started the market, we were in the green quite a little bit, and it's all turned around just as I expected. But we're just a tiny bit in the red right now, but it's all good. It's not that bad. So Bonnie and Clyde's portfolio is hanging in there. We still took a beating on our marijuana stocks, though. If they could catch a bid, we will be in good shape. But as of right now, they are putting a damper on our portfolio. And with all the due diligence that I did with the stock and everything, I'm definitely not giving up on it. Because I bought the company, not the price of it. Because I believed in what they were doing as a whole. That's the way you just got to do investing. There's a difference between investing and trading. A lot of people lose focus on that. All right. So that's enough with all the stock stuff. So I'm not going to bore y'all to death with my passion. And then coin collecting is right there too. But I love the stock market. All right, let's get over to the Twitterverse. Let me check over here to make sure. I think we are live. Let me refresh this thing again. Make sure we are live. Yes, indeed, we are live. So we are good to go. Hopefully, you guys will catch on the replay. If nothing else, should be interesting. So we're over here to the Twitterverse now. Let's scroll down here. Actually, let's refresh this bad boy. I had all these pages open from earlier, so I could just go straight into them and just refresh. So let's go down and see what NGC has to offer for coin of the day. And it looks like NGC's coin of the day is an Icelandic coin. Let's see what it says. Icelandic National Day, which celebrates the independence of Iceland from the Kingdom of Denmark. So they have a 1974 Iceland silver 1000 kronur, which celebrates 1100 years since the first Viking settlement. And it looks like it's got a couple little Norse guys or Icelandic guys on there with like I'm gonna say that's a flame or something. And then I'm thinking that is the obverse, or it could be the reverse. But on the other side of it, it's got the like a little bull and a little guy, like a little Nordic guy holding a staff, a phoenix, and a horse, stallion, something like that. Pretty wild looking little coin. And so it's the 1974 Iceland silver 1000 kronur. That is NGC's coin of the day. Let's see if we see anything else in here. The Smithsonian's got some kind of artwork up. What is that? Artist. If you got Twitter, you might want to check out the little artist picture that they have up. The Smithsonian had posted it up. It's like a black and red and got all kinds of different stuff in it. I don't know exactly what they're trying to picture there, but it says something about greed, political corruption, racism, sexuality, and homophobia. So I'm guessing that's what he was trying to relay in his drawing. And I really don't see anything else in the coin. Yeah, I really don't see anything else that draws my attention to the coin. So let's jump on out of the Twitterverse and head over to some coin news. And our first article with the coins comes to us courtesy of Coin Age. And today we're going to talk about the 1971 Eisenhower dollar. So that is a new article from that they posted up. And we'll read a little bit here about the Eisenhower dollar. Big old clunky dollars, but the silver ones are really nice though. Most collectors have at least one example of the big Eisenhower silver dollars. Let's see, the Eisenhower dollar struck from 1971 through 1978 holds the distinction as America's last circulating silver dollar. Even though the vast majority were made from copper nickel clad, there were millions of 40% silver clad examples made for collectors. And to kick off the series was the 1971 Eisenhower dollar, a coin that marked the arrival of the first circulating silver dollars in more than a generation. It had been 36 years since 1935 peace dollars went out of circulation. And as we go on down a little bit, they're going to give out some numbers. Mostly 1971 Eisenhower dollars are quite common, with the Philadelphia and Denver mint striking over 100 million clad pieces, divided up between the two, with about 70% of them coming out of the Denver mint. And then the San Francisco mint produced more than 11 million 40% silver dollars, including almost 7 million uncirculated specimens and 4 million proofs. With the 40% silver S mint strikes were sold to collectors individually, none of the uncirculated clad pieces were included in the mint sets. Okay, so that's a pretty decent article on the Eisenhower dollar. Hope y'all like that. Hope you enjoyed a little bit of history about the big old Eisenhower dollars. And there's, if you do a little research on it, there's lots to learn about the Eisenhower dollar. And it come at a different time in history too, when things were when America was going through a little bit of change in the 70s. All right, hope you guys enjoyed that. Go check it out. Do a little research on the Eisenhower, and you'll learn quite a little bit. And another article that I picked up, I just thought I would breeze through this one here. It comes to us courtesy of Coin World. The St. Gaudens bronze sculptures to sell at Sotheby's. I guess they're going to put up two sculptures by the American sculptor Augustus St. Gaudens with ties to his numismatic work will be offered at Sotheby's in its June 26 American Art Auction in New York City. The artist is well known to numismatists as the designer of the St. Gaudens $20 double eagle and the Indian head $10 eagles of 1907 to 1933. And those are definitely big hits with the whole community. And about the sculpture, it says it measures at about 8 inches tall, not including the base. And then the sculptor's bronze head of victory is a figure with facial features similar to those seen on the Indian head eagle, with the laurel wreath reminiscent of the strident liberty on his double eagle. The design of the victory in profile was used more directly by St. Gaudens in a pattern for a cent that was unrealized in coin form. So there you go, guys. They're getting ready to have a sale of those sculptures. So maybe we'll keep an eye on that and see what that sells for. Nice little sculptures. Figured you guys might like that little article. All right, let's move on. Good morning to the chat. Thank you for joining us this morning. We do appreciate it. Let's move on over to the weather, because that's about to wrap up on the coins for the day. And it looks like the weather is rain on the East Coast for sure. Yeah, we've definitely got rain on the East Coast. Let's back out of this here a little bit so I can get these temperatures around the nation. And it looked almost like a hurricane was trying to build right on the East Coast. Kind of crazy, but that's just the way it was. Yeah, it looks almost like a hurricane building right dead, almost in the center of North Carolina over Virginia. So that is a pretty wild looking storm there, bringing plenty of moisture in from the Atlantic to the whole East Coast, all the way from the bottom of New York to the top of Florida. And it seems like it's just stalled out right there and just dumping rain and dumping rain and dumping rain. Hopefully that system will break up and move away here before long, before it causes too many more problems. We start having dams breaking and sinkholes opening up, just all kinds of problems associated with too much rain. Hope everybody stays safe in that region and be prepared for anything to happen, because you never know. All right, so that gets us in the temperatures around in the 60s on the East Coast in that area. Florida, down in the lower part of Florida in the low 80s already. The 70s throughout the middle of the United States, all the way from Minnesota to Louisiana, parts of Texas in the mid 70s. And then as we head out to the mountain zone, from the Four Corners all the way up to Montana, the lower part of in the Four Corners looks like the temperature's in the 70s. As you go up into the northern part of Utah, it starts to get really cold again into the high 40s. And then as we keep going north right there in the mountain zone, that is where the winter weather advisory is in effect. Can you believe it? Summertime winter weather advisory in effect all the way up in Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, Oregon, Washington, northern parts of Nevada, northern parts of Utah, unreal, northern parts of California. Wow, that is something else. But it seems like the temperatures are well above freezing, but I guess in some of the higher elevations, there's a possibility of some pretty bad weather happening. They put out a winter weather advisory in spring, almost into summer. You know it's definitely something going on. So that's what the northwest looks like in the mountain and on the western part of the coast there. And then the only other part that we want to cover is the lower part of California, which looks like they're going to have plenty of cloud cover and temperatures in the 60s right now. So the weather has went crazy on us, guys, all of a sudden. What a mess. But I hope it's beautiful wherever you are. I hope everything goes good. Everybody just relax, kick back, and just enjoy the day best you can. All right, guys, so that's a look at all the weather that we really want to talk about right now. There's lots of other things we could talk about the weather, but let's move on. Let's move away from the weather. Let's get into finishing out today with a good article. Let's get that good article up and see if we can't finish out this day on a positive note. And I seen this article. A man climbs into the sewer to save some ducklings. The poor animals done got trapped down in the sewer. I don't know how the guys got in there. They must have went in from the curb at the little drain or something like that. But it said the people, said a mail carrier alerted her that there were ducklings crying from inside a sewer. So they pried off the manhole cover, climbed down in it, and rescued a whole bucket full of little ducklings. So I guess that's a good thing. It's a good story. Seems like it was interesting to me. At least people care about something other than fighting right now. So that's a good thing. And one more story we'll talk about. There's a tattoo parlor in Kentucky that is doing free cover-ups for like bad tattoos that you may have put on at a certain point in your life that was sort of, we'll call it racist or negative or something that you regret now as you got older. And you're like, man, what was I thinking? I really didn't need that crazy tattoo saying that on my arm. So this is a good story out in Kentucky. He has decided that if you come in and you've made that mistake and put a bad tattoo on you, that he will cover it up for you and make you a nice little tattoo to add to your collection of tattoos, I would say. So that's a good story too. So somebody else is helping out in another way. So you can't go wrong with that. Really nice. The good will come out of people. So, all right, guys. Thanks a lot for joining us. We do appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Remember, stay safe out there. Check us out. We'll be back on 9 o'clock tonight, live and hunting coins. So, during the meantime, everybody have a great day. Thank you so much. Subscribe. Check out Bonnie and Clyde Coins.com. Thank you all so much. We do appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great day.